to yet another review for all of you. And before anything, I do want to thank the PRCA, the Puerto Rico Critics Association, for giving us the chance to review the For Your Consideration slate of IFC films and Shudder. And today we're going to be reviewing the film A Violent Nature. Oh, wait. Yeah, In a Violent Nature. My bad. I missed the in, and it was In a Violent Nature. Directed by Chris Nash, and written by himself as well. We are reliving somewhat of a slasher film that is based off. It's not. I don't think it's a real story, but it's basically reliving an event that happened a couple of years, many years ago, and then these group of teenagers go ahead and reopen, I think, a tear of the past, and Hellbent went loose on this film. This film is very straightforward in its story. It explains to you the story of our main baddie that is called, if I'm not mistaken, his name is Johnny, if I'm not mistaken. Let's go ahead, and before I think so, yeah. Let me see. Yeah. So our main baddie is called Johnny, and it's really interesting because the film's straightforward with the story. It throughout the film you have like a certain explanation of where this bad guy comes from, but it all begins because these group of teenagers roaming around like in a forest, they find this locket, and this locket like is the key to maintaining Johnny on his grave. And throughout the film, off the bat, even though the story is straightforward, linear, and everything, it's something that we've seen many times before. You know, we have a certain character that is like supernatural strength or whatnot, and people still don't know how he's still alive. Then your typical starting of a slasher film. Not that all slashers start the same, but kind of the same way. You know, you have a group of teenagers that either did something bad or found something or made a bad decision, and the entity or the bad guy comes out of nowhere and brings havoc to wherever they are. And this is exactly the same thing. So this group of teenagers find this locket. The locket, they take it with them. Johnny appears. Johnny throws Hellbent and throws loose, starting to kill everybody on the film. And basically that's it. There's nothing new to this film, but I still like the fact that they're doing one thing, and it's removing the fear of being able to make films extra uniquely gore. And that is something that actually caught my eye and caught my attention. The fact that the film is 3 times the gore of a normal slasher film. And I'm not going to say it's at the same level as Terrifier. Terrifier is a whole nother thing. And I'm not going to compare them because Terrifier, again, is doing different things. And the director of Terrifier is taking cinema in Hollywood to his hands in a whole new level. In this film, In a Violent Nature, besides the fact that Chris Nash wants to present to you the gore of the film, he did take the film to a different step. And why do I say this? Because even though we have a linear story, a story that we all understand and know, like in all typical slasher horror film, one of the things that I did like is that you don't have that many cliche moments on a slasher film. You know, cliche kills, cliche deaths, or cliche scenes. he actually brought something a little bit different and not your typical like sexual scenes or nudity or any of that. He wanted to just give you full on gore, fest, and a lot of blood. That's what he wanted to provide it to you in this film. And that is something that I really did enjoy. And I really did like that it was unique. The deaths were kind of different, not your typical deaths that you would see like in these type of films, but the film was entertaining. At the end of the day, the film is entertaining. It's not bringing anything new, but it is entertaining. I still not gonna be like overly hyping it, but it is an entertaining film. In terms of the cast, I think that the one character that I could say that through everything gave his all was Johnny, that is played by Rye Barrett. I think that he bringing Johnny to life made the film way better, because the cast, when you get to sit down and read the cast, probably some of these cast members we might have seen them in other independent films or other like series or whatnot, but their performance wasn't the best. I think that Johnny was the one that like brought everything into this to his character, even though the character does not have dialogue, but the movement, the way that he portrayed this supernatural being was phenomenal. Um, in other things, in a violent nature, has very gorgeous sceneries. Has a couple of scenes that you're like, wow, this is really beautiful. It's a beautiful shot, and and it's really nice. I really do like it. Cinematography wise, it looks great. And there are, like I said, the scenes where he ends people's life. Some of these scenes are very memorable, in the case that they're like, wow, that he did this, somewhat like in Terrifier. Obviously, the difference is that in Terrifier it goes to a whole nother thing, and then you have in A Violent Nature. I still say that the film is enjoyable. It is a great film that you can watch like a late night watch, and you can enjoy it. Um, I still say that in terms of story, I think that the story could have been could have, how can I say it? There's too much too many scenes that you're like mentioning things from the past or things that happened in the past, and you're not giving me like the bread to eat. There's no scenes that are like properly showing you what happened. It, they mention so many things of the past that you're like, yeah, sure, okay, but I don't see it. Then there's so many characters that are there because of the past. So, you know, I think that this film would have been better if it was a prequel explaining what happened first. Then after explaining what happened first, then you would bring this one as your second or third film, something like that. Because I know that a lot of directors and production companies are doing here's this film, and then we'll give you the prequel, and then we'll do a third installment, like to close everything in. I think that sometimes that does not work. With this film, it didn't work. So I would say that In a Violent Nature is a great film to watch, if you have those horror nights. It's a great film for a watch in your house or with friends. But I think it's just you watch it one time and that's it. This film is available in the AMC Plus streaming channel, and as well you can rent it in Prime Video. So I don't know. Tell me in your thoughts if you guys got to see In a Violent Nature or you have plans to see it. Tell me your thoughts of the film, and as well if you will watch it again. And I don't know, What do you think? Should they make a prequel of this film like that we can get more content in regards to the past of this character, Johnny? No, nothing, guys. So if you guys like this video, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, comment below your thoughts, and as well, there's more content your way. And if you guys want to be up to date with anything and everything movie news related, check out our Instagram like that you guys can be up to date, and our Facebook page. We will see you guys in the next one.